It is I'm a bit late. Well, not that late, but it's going to be a hot day, so I should be heading out pretty soon. But I didn't have the time to finish the update yesterday, so I'm going to do that now really quickly. So yeah, in the end, like there were a guy crying. The two pilgrims were there. They organized my bed for last night, which is here. You're looking at it, and there was a guy there, and he went like, "If you can play like that, you can come stay in my place. I've got a better room. I'd be up really early, but come have a bath." So I got there. I said, "Yeah, that's great." And the two pilgrims, they went away. So we'd been walking from Cologne upwards, and we met again along the road. And yeah, so Ollie put me up for the night, and Ollie ran me a bath, washed my clothes, and cooked me dinner with loads of knoblauch, with loads of garlic, because that's good for your blood. And we sat up until about 10, half 10, and then went to sleep because at half 4, he was up and I was up at 5. And I started the day's walk yesterday. It was a long day's walk. I did, what was it, 17 miles, which is just under 30 kilometers. 27, something like that. But it was hard going because Bad Gordonsberg, Berg, kind of gave it away. There's a hill, and the hill was over 300 meters, and there is like a commemorative statue up there, plaque for Kaiser Wilhelm. So yeah, I set off. It was really good. It was actually really, really good. But there was also, I could have stayed with Sister Clementine in the hospital. But listen, if you get like offered places to stay by people, then there is no such thing as a coincidence. Off you go. So I spent some time with Ollie. It was good fun. He had traveled far and wide, and he was funny. And yeah, he was totally okay with me being there. And he even carried the harp for me for a little bit, and he went like, the thing I found the funniest was he goes like, "Aber das ist doch zu schwer, du bist ein Mädchen," and just the way he said it, "Oh, it's too heavy, and you're a girl." God, like, I know that I'm a girl, all right. And yeah, girls can do this too. Like, there is nothing that says that girls can't do these things. So yeah, up really early. There wasn't a bakery open, and I went out onto the road again and made my way into town. We were staying about a mile out of town. Walked into town. The bakery wasn't open yet, so I decided to go on. And then you go to Herzl, and that is where I kind of there was a church there. I got my stamp, and I met a guy there, Friedrich, I think his name was, and he was there praying the rosary, and he invited me to come for a cup of coffee. And obviously, very devout man, and he said he might know a place for me in was it Bad as Goldenberg? I don't know. I think no, not here, but Remagen. And he was supposed to call me. I'm not sure if he did or didn't. We went for coffee. He basically gave me breakfast, and then I went on, and I had a lot. I walked to Bonn. So Bonn, of course, is very unlucky. During the pandemic, it was 200 years since the death of Beethoven, and they couldn't have their festivities. Now, there is on the main square, there is a statue of Beethoven. He was only put back last week, so I did get to see Beethoven. I said, "Hello, my good old friend," like, remember me? I remember you. So, yeah, it was really good. It was really, really, really lovely. It was a nice walk, actually, into Bonn. And Bonn is a whole different ball game altogether. Of course, it was. the administrative center for Germany for a very, very long time. It was the capital for a long time, and it's really lovely, but I didn't stay very long. I went into the Munster. I think I put all the photographs up that I made there on the stories yesterday. Oh my God, what a place. Like, the Munster is stunningly, stunningly beautiful. And there's a guy there, and he was like opening the doors for people for alms. So I gave him €1 and we had a little chat. And then I went inside, and it is just the opulence of it all. It was just insane. Now, the two pilgrims had come back to me that there was a place for me here at with Susanna Paus, and I arrived here. I had said I would arrive between 4 and 5. Well, I arrived at 5:15 because once I walked out of Bonn, suddenly I'm on this hill and I'm climbing 300 meters up, and I'm sweating like a hawk. And it took me a little while, but then of course the worst part is trying to come down, and then suddenly the route is endless. It's taking you all around, and I decide to take a shortcut, and I come down and it's like this. So I'm still really slow, but I made it here, and yeah, lovely, an amazing family. Like, I was welcomed. The husband was here. The Susanna herself, she was at a meditation thing, and I had a lovely chat. I was fed a vegetable stew. I mean, thank you. And this morning, the suggestion was made that Remagen has a church, the Apollinarus-Kirche, and it is 2 priests and 2 nuns, and they run this place. So I'm heading there now. They weren't answering the phone this morning. I went to mass this morning with Suzanne at 7 o'clock in the morning. Oh my God! Like, people are so dedicated, but it was nice. But I can feel my body. It's going to be a very long and hot day today. So I've been looking at the route, and I think I might avoid whatever other hill is there and stay closer to the water because it's so hot. I asked her, were there any churches that I really shouldn't miss? There wasn't really anything. So I don't know. I'm going to have one more look at it, because on the map, straight as the crow flies, it's about 15 kilometers. But because I did 28 yesterday, 27, 28, I don't want to do another 25. I want to do 20. No more really. So I'm going to see, can I cut it? I might just not go around Bad Godensburg. I might just go cross through the whole town. They gave me all kinds of beautiful stamps. I didn't find the stamp in the Münster Cathedral, but I have it anyway because the husband had a stamp of the Münster Cathedral, and we stuck them into my pilgrim's passport. And then this morning, so we went to church, and then we went to the bakery, and I was given bread for my journey and tomatoes. Have you ever seen a tomato like this? Look at that! Like, it's like a red berry. Yeah. Oh, and they're lovely. So I have tomatoes, cheese, bread. Life is good. I can live off that kind of stuff. So I'm making my way to Remagen today. And yeah, hopefully all will be well. I'm going to finish my coffee, pack the rest. Sean the Harp is in the other room. We didn't get to play yesterday. That was the only thing. I was in Bonn. I really wanted to play, but I was under pressure to really move. Because I had to be here in time, of course, and I always feel, and especially here, I feel I have to be in time. So Beethoven didn't get to hear me. I'm kind of disappointed about that, because, you know, him and I would go back a long way. Good old Beethoven. But yeah, so here I am. The temperatures are rising quickly. So I should drink my coffee, get on the road. Remagen, I'm heading for Bingen at the moment. I would like to go to Worms, but Worms is too far down. So Bingen it is. And I'm just astounded. Like, I know I've said this before, I've never really been to Germany and I've never given it a second thought. I'm Dutch, Western Dutch as well. So I grew up in Amsterdam. My father was a child during the war. Germany was not a topic in our house. But what I'm finding, because I went to Steiner school, I went to the Anthroposophische Schule, the Waldorfschule. And of course, there is a lot of German culture in there. There's a lot, a lot, a lot. So there's a lot of stuff that I actually can relate to, and there's stuff that I remember. I can understand most of the German. There's a bit of vocabulary issues. Oh, and yesterday afternoon, I got a phone call from the Süddeutsche Fernsehen. So my friend Eva Maria, she got in touch with the German television, and they want to come and follow me for a day. Lovely young lady, media, I don't know. I don't want to turn it down because I think it's crazy what I'm doing. I'm sure I'm not the only one who thinks that. So I don't mind, but I don't know how I feel about people being there and how much my pilgrim vibe is gonna. I finally found this thing, like, it was so good to, once I made the decision in Cologne to stop doing this thing about the fear, like, oh, I need to be organized and I need to have a room when I arrive somewhere. I think I ended up with a bit of fear because so many things here, 10 o'clock in the evening, everything is closed, yeah. But of course, the light hours are getting less, so the chances of me arriving really late are becoming less and less and less as well. So I decided in Cologne that I wouldn't do this fear thing anymore, and I would just leave it in the hands of whatever is out there. Remember, like, if it's important, open the road before me and I will walk it. I can't do this thing where I feel that there's obstacles there. The obstacles will show up on the way and I will take them as they come rather than anticipate that they are going to be there. Because that's not my job. My job is just to walk and play. This is always the same thing. Like, it used to be on my way to Santiago, I felt that it was other people that were getting in my way. On the road to Rome, I felt the planning was an issue as well. I didn't want to plan. And this time, I can recognize that part of it is fear. It's the way we are. We like to know. We like certainty. Humanity likes certainty. Bad news is there is none. The good news is that what are the chances of us running into a real problem? If we're trying to control everything, then we're going to run into trouble no matter what, because the world doesn't do what we want it to do. Nature doesn't do what we want it to do, and we cannot control anything outside of ourselves. So I have the gear to sleep outside. I have no fear of sleeping outside, so why should I be so organized? Every time I let go, I'm actually taken care of better than every time that I'm trying to control things. So I have to sit with this a little bit longer. I have to keep telling myself that I'm okay, it's okay. Now this morning, oh, here we go again. This morning I woke up and I've been really emotional. I think it's a hormonal thing. I think it's my age, a combination of my age and like the last remnants of my hormones going all haywire. I've been uncomfortable on and off, like I sweat like an otter. And not always at the right time, not just when it's warm, but also once I stop moving, when I sit down, I'm overwhelmed with the heat that comes out of my system. But this morning, like I used to have in my periods, that I'd be very up and down emotionally, and today I'm very emotional. So I assume it's the hormones or it's a warning. So either one, I will try and stay as mindful as I can. I'm glad I went to Mass this morning. Who knew that I'd ever say a thing like that? But I am. It turns out it's Saint Francis Day. So it's St. Francis, of course, is the man who lived with animals and not so much with people. It was a good day to go to church, I think, for me. And yeah, I'm ready to go. So I've finished the coffee, I head off. I just wanted to finish the story quickly from yesterday. Remagen is the next stop. I'm gonna go have a look at the map, see if there's any climbing in there. If there's lots of climbing, I'm gonna avoid it. It's too hot, and I'll take the easy way out. It means I'll miss a church or two, but I don't have to see everything. I have a long, long way to go, and the day that's in it and stuff, and I'll take it as it comes. Um, Thank you for looking after me. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for financial support, the mental support, the messages. It's really good, and I'm very proud that I can do this. Okay, that's it. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you on the other side.